running smoothly, please follow standard operating procedures and request docking permission before entering the star.
Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Today we're in Electra, my home away from home for hunting Thargoids, about 495 light years out of the bubble. We're testing a new Krait Mark II build from the Anti-Xeno Initiative. You can find it online. I'll post the link below when I get a chance. But I decided just to take a non-engineered Krait, use their build, maybe alter it one or two ways, and give it a test. So let's take a look at the build. So here we are in Electra sitting in the cockpit. Let's take a look at the build real quick. We'll go over what we've got. We've got a Krait Mark II, obviously. We're going to need some limpets. Here we go. All right, so we got a 7A. Let's go up to the top. Get started there. We've got thrusters, shield generators, sensors. Added a couple shield boosters to the utility slots. We've got a couple beam lasers in the two hardpoint slots. We'll talk about that here in a second. We've got a power distributor, and in the main hard points, we've got 3 AX multi-cannon turrets. Now, a lot of people don't like turrets because they're diminished on their DPS, damage per second. But in this case, Thargoid scouts move rather fast. So the advantage of the turrets is they can hit the scouts when they're not necessarily lined up as you would need them for fixed hard points. They also do quite a bit more damage than a normal multi-cannon against Thargoids. So you want AX multi-cannons. We've got 3. Other than that, it's just we've got a decontamination. We'll come back to while we're talking hard points, let's go back to the beams. Actually, in the AXI build, they had 4 AXI multi-cannons and one here and just 1 beam laser. But for some reason, when I fire, I can't get used to having a beam on the right and a multi-cannon on the left, and so I've opted for being symmetric, in having 2 beam lasers. So that's just me. If you want 4, you have a limit of 4. You can put that 4th one in there and probably get more damage out of it. But I have to be symmetrical, so I'm going to do that. We have a decontamination limpet controller. You want a decontam limpet controller because the Thargoids are going to fire what's called a caustic missile at you. And if you're new to Thargoids, this will be different. It hits your hull. It's like I consider it a chemical compound, and basically eats through your hull over time. You'll see your hull health decreasing over time. And there's only 3 ways actually, I guess, to get that off of your hull. You can superheat your ship and burn it off. You can fly quickly to a station or fleet carrier and dock and have it removed. Or you can fire a decontam limpet and let it attach to your ship and strip that off of there. And that's by far the best method. So otherwise in the build, we just got an advanced docking computer. I never leave home without it. Super Cruise Assist. And also a Xeno scanner. Now, what a Xeno scanner does, if you're new to Thargoids, a Xeno scanner allows you to see the health of your target. So without a Xeno scanner, you target a Thargoid scout, you won't know his health until he blows up, unless you have the Xeno scanner, and then you'll see as normal on the left pane his health. All right, so typically you want that. That's a good option. All right, heat seat launchers, we just got the basic stuff. Cargo racks for those limpets. You're going to need limpets for that limpet controller. All right, so we're going to go make sure we got our limpets. And then otherwise, we got module reinforcements, hull reinforcements to strengthen the ship. All right, let's go over to our right panel. Check our inventory. We have 32 limpets. We're full on limpets. Don't forget the limpets or you'll be hurting. So now we need to find the Thargoid scouts. All right, there are 3 ways to do this. You can fly to the nav beacon and scan it. And that will change all of those unidentified signal sources in the system to let you know what they are. By far the quickest way to decode, if you will, all the signal sources in the system. You can use the FSS and tune it to the signal source frequency for Thargoids and find them that way, or you can just simply fly out and start targeting. Sometimes I'll do that if I'm at the end of the journey and just coming back and want to hit one or two zones before I go back to the station, and it does work. All right, so let's get a lock on the nav beacon. Let's get started. Jason Lewis coming in. We'll scan him, see what he's got. And we got some encoded inconsistent sealed soak analysis, whatever that is. All right, just some data map coming from scanning it. Pip management is going to be, as in normal combat, it's going to be a thing we want to look at here in a minute. Thargoid scouts can be some of the funnest combat in the game, in my humble opinion. I love shooting them. I love having fun with them. So hopefully you'll find this video a little bit intriguing. Maybe go out and try it yourself. I'm going to let the docking computer take us out while I'm rearranging a couple things. My HOTUS is out of position and my keyboard's out of position. All right, let's go to the nav beacon, shall we?
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
All right, there you can see those hard points popping up for us to check. There were 3 multi-cannons on the left, the 2 beams on the right. While we're in Super Cruise, after we do the nav beacon, you'll see me move my pips around over on the bottom right. Right now we're just going to the nav beacon, so I'm just going to leave them as they are for now. But I do want to change them before we go in to fighting the Thargoids. So what you'll see me do is move the pips from 4 engine down to about 1 sys, 1 engine, and 4 weapons. That way we've got our weapons hot. The Krait is pretty maneuverable as it is. So I have fought the scouts with 0 pips to engine, and she handles a little sluggish, but she can make it work. So here we go. Blue Star of Electra. Love the blue stars for some reason. Now, I have my HUD set to blue, so along with the blue HUD and the blue star, you get a whole lot of blue. So no, it's not your TV washing out in blue. We're got a whole lot of blue going on today. Wouldn't be quite so blue if we were in a yellow star system. Start slowing ourselves down here. Oh, the life of living without a Super Cruise assist. What we call riding the 6. So riding the 6 is using that 6 velocity indicator down at the lower bottom. And that's about the fastest you can come in to the target without overshooting and maintain control. I have went in as low as a 4 or a 3, and as long as you hold it straight on, you can still make it work. But a 6 is the most comfortable way, and you'll hear that referred to often as riding the 6. So we are riding the 6 to the nav beacon. Close our distance just a little here, just on personal preference. Alright, so what we want to do is find that little white indicator down there, the actual nav beacon, and let our scanners take over and scan it. Won't take but a second. Alright, we have got it scanned, so now we'll go back out to Super Cruise. You will not see, if you look over here, by the way, you'll say, I don't see any Thargoids. Well, you got to be in Super Cruise. Not something they don't really mention a lot to you, but yeah. Let's get back up in Super Cruise. Then what we're going to look for is a non-human signal source threat 4. Again, if you're new to Thargoid hunting, we'll go over that. So now we're in Super Cruise. We'll go over to our right. Now we can start to see threat 5 and above is going to be an interceptor of some class. Threat 4 right there is going to be your Thargoid scouts. It's going to have 4. If you have a non-human signal source threat 3, that's going to be usually 2 Thargoid scouts. Now every now and then I do see these malfunction, almost like you're in a combat zone, and it'll drop 8. So you just have to, and Thargoid scouts are going to be right on top of you usually when you come in. There's 2 scenarios. There'll be 4 already there and they'll attack you, or there'll be 2 NPC ships and you'll need to scan them and then they'll attack you. Alright, so now I'm going to go do the pip management I mentioned earlier. I'm going to take these pips and actually I'm going to pull them to system and then pull them across to weapons. Actually, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to do it just like that. 1 sys, 1 engine, and 4 weps, so that those hard points are not restricted by heat or by power. Alright, so let's get out to the signal source. So you want to be ready when you drop in for anything. All 4 could come at you at once. So be ready. Go in, make sure you're in combat mode. Your pips are set. And then usually just for good form, I'll say battle stations, as if there's a crew on this ship. And it's not just me. Alright, also up at the top you'll notice the time remaining when you lock in on these and you first start flying. Make sure, pulling the hard points, you got the breathe. Alright, we have Thargoid scouts. Get those, get the turrets going. Come on, turrets. There we go. The turrets are going to be the ones that choose it up. The beams just give me the ability to fire and feel like I'm doing something. They also come in handy when the turrets are multi-cannons are reloading. Okay, so over 2 kilometers, these turrets are not going to engage. There we go. You basically just hit those turrets once and they start firing. So you fly reverse ski, or once they pass you, I'll go 75% forward throttle to get the ship maneuvering. Try not to let them get by you like I just did. The other things the beams add is that you can reach out with them and hit the Thargoid scout and cause it to attack you. So I've done that over on PS4 with long range beams and they work quite well. Good sound when you hear one. Alright, let's see if we can get lined up here. Whoa, he's close. Thargoid scouts the mini Thargoids of the universe, but they are so much fun with combat.
Target destroyed.
Got one. There we good job of keeping up with them. I need to focus on piloting. There we go.
Target destroyed.
Now these little guys will drop materials out there. You want to stay out of that caustic cloud right there. If you fly through that while it's green, you're going to get caustic on your hull. So make sure you don't do that. But they do drop materials. They're Thargoid typically type materials. Nobody knows what they're for. All right, let's get our pips back up so our shields can start regrouping. All right, that's it. You're through with a zone. Look over here. You can watch the percentage. I'm now at 15% novice. Back on Harmless, each scout was doing about 3% move. They count as elite pilots. I'm still not convinced, even though Elite said they debuffed the Thargoid scouts. I'm still not convinced they're not the best way to combat rank. I'm still not convinced they're not faster than anything else, but I could be wrong. Alright, so now we're back in Super Cruise. We're going to come back over here and look for signal sources again and rinse and repeat. There's a threat 4, 785 light seconds. Let's see, 10 minutes remaining up at the top right, so we'll go for it. Take us a minute to get there, and that's probably a good thing. Our shields are still recharging. We'll do one more, and then we'll go back to the station and cash in, so you can see that. I do have the FLS Destiny, my fleet carrier, here. I typically position her near the nav beacon so that if I just come on in the mornings, if I have my ship on the carrier, then I'm really close to the nav beacon. I can just fly to it and scan it. So it's not quite so far from Cavalieri to the beacon. So one tactic that you can use. But I tend to go back to the station to turn it in for 100% credit, so we'll get that. It's not a lot of credits, but every little bit counts, right? So here we go. All right, so we're going in. We want to get our pips. Our shields are at two bars. That's fine, but we're getting close, so I'm going to go ahead and align my pips like I want them. Your shields will go down generally because you have multiple targets firing at you. It's just something you get used to. 99% holes should be fine. I usually go by the 80-20 rule. If I'm down at 80% hull, then I'm looking for repair. I'll repair or go to the station, but if I'm above 80, then I'm doing fine. All right, let's go find some more Thargoids. We're getting close. Deploy the hard points. First thing, here's our NPCs I was mentioning. Well, we have Thargoid scouts already on us, and we have debris, so this is going to be good. I'm going to fly reverse ski, because they're going to come at you all the time. So I'm going to fly reverse ski till they come by me. Then I'm going to go 75% forward, which is the highest maneuver rate for your ship. And that way I can stay up with them. He's gone. All right.
Target destroyed.
We'll find us another one. Probably went by that guy. Oop, he's right on me. Alright, let's find us one thing. There we go. Come at me, bro. I've got some multi-cannons for you. Tempting to watch the explosion a lot, but what you should be doing is going in and getting your next target when you can. Flying reverse ski so that to keep the distance. I watch that distance. I want him below 2, but not right in my cockpit. So he's 2, so I'm going forward. Because my multi-cannons have disengaged. There we go. Sometimes they will sit right out past the 2 and taunt you. You have to go get them every now and then. Now that he's in range, I'm going reverse. There's number 4. There he is. Oh, he's close, huh? That's when your beams can really help.
Under attack.
I just like the sound of beams too. Stay away from that
Target
bubble.
destroyed.
All right, there we are. All right, so let's look at our percentage. Now we're at 19% novice.
Caustic damage detected.
Oh, there we go. We've got caustic damage. Now, if you look down at your hull, look at the hull, you'll see it decreasing. See it blinking down here in the bottom right? And then over time, you're going to see it decrease. So what I'm going to do is pull up my hard points, go to my decontam. See, it went from 97% to 96. I'm going to fire a decontam.
Programming input drone.
It'll attach to the hull. Put my
Taking
pips over the
damage.
system. And it's basically right now stripping that caustic damage.
Caustic substance neutralized.
There, now you're clear. And now it also does just a tiny little bit of repairing. So you might get 1% or 2 out of the decontam limpet. Actually, more than that. It looks like it did 4% because we were at 96.
Successful.
All right, so now we've got our hull repaired. Store our cannons. Let's go cash it in. There's our station. All right.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Let the computer do the work. While we're going, if you enjoyed the video or find it useful, please comment. Leave me some feedback. Also subscribe if you're not subscribed. I appreciate that. You can find the Freelancers squad on which I am the commanding officer of on PS4, PC, and new on Xbox. There's only like one commander over there, and that's me. But we are present. If you wish to join us, you can see the call signs on the stream ending screen that's about to come up. Up next, we'll probably do, and I'll try to put the AXI Anti-Xeno Initiative. I believe you can search for it on Google, Anti-Xeno Initiative. And I don't know that it's anti-xenoinitiative.com, but it's pretty close. They have AXI ship builds and AXI guides if you're new to Thargoid hunting. This is their build with slight deviation, and I will post that AXI build in the description and a link to their site in the description. I also noticed they have a recommended build for scout hunting for an Anaconda, which I find very intriguing because, as you know, an Anaconda is a pretty heavy ship, and it's not the most maneuverable ship in the game, so I find that intriguing. So if you'd like to see me build and test a scout hunting Anaconda, let me know in the comments below. All right, so we're closing on Cavalieri, and I'll show you where we'll get our slight, meager little reward from the station. But every little bit of cash helps, right? So here we go. Got to pay the gas money, right? All right. There we are. There's our 4-towered station. Looks like ship trails over here. It's hard for me to tell which side I know it's on the right or the left, exactly centered between these 4 posts. Don't hit those posts, by the way. I did that once. It was quite fun. And actually, I see a lot of people come out here and use these posts to orbit to do flight assist practice. All right, so we are closing. I believe I see the mail slot right there. So maybe I've actually picked the right side of the station this time. Usually I pick the wrong one. All right, here we go. No, we don't want to do that. Here's where we're going to go. Request docking. There we go. Let the computer do the work, right? I'm not sure what those 4 posts are for, but they're quite impressive. I think they're probably like for, maybe if Thargoids attack, they speed this station up and slap things with them. I don't know. I think that'd be fun. But anyway, I doubt it's that, but that's how my mind works. If you'd like, if you'd like, I find the Anaconda Scout build quite intriguing because I look for maneuverability. That's why I'm in the Krait. I'm not sure how I know an Anaconda would be very heavy and could have some 4 large multi-cannons turrets. But yeah, if you'd like to see me build that, leave a comment. I'll build it, and we'll do the same thing here. We'll just go out and do some scout hunting.
Gear deployed.
We are down, and as far as I'm concerned, this did very well as a non-engineered ship. It did very well. It's not quite as good as my engineered ship, obviously, over on the PS4, but it held its own against these scouts. And as a new commander or new to Thargoids, you can build this very easily, and you can come hunt scouts. It's very cool, and it's very fun. All right, so let's look here. Where you want to go is the Combat Bond Harley Valentine. You'll see Pilots Federation. So we killed 8 scouts, and we got 320 credits. So they did buff the payout a little bit, I believe. But so not a lot on the grand scale of things, but enough to pay for the bullets and the gas. The main thing I'm doing out here, like I mentioned, is combat ranking. So we moved from novice. Pretty cool. So you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you disagree with something, you can leave it if you want. But mainly, in my opinion, this non-engineered Krait from AXI passed the test. I am very happy with it on PC, and we'll fly it against scouts again, just as it is, without engineering. All right. Let me know if you have, let me know if you have questions. Subscribe, send me feedback. I'll drop those links in there soon. All right. Thanks for watching. Wrangler Actual, out.
This is an important announcement. Security surveillance is in effect